If you've been feeling a strange kind of tiredness, one that doesn't quite feel physical, or a quiet discouragement you can't explain, even when your life seems fine on the surface, you're not alone. You may have even noticed a desire to withdraw, not because you're sad, but because something deeper is happening inside of you. This isn't a weakness. In fact, it could be a powerful sign that your spirit is undergoing a divine realignment. Many chosen ones are quietly carrying this inner shift, unsure of how to describe it, yet knowing in their soul that something is changing. It feels like a silent transformation, as though God has pressed pause on your life, not to punish but to prepare. After a spiritual awakening, there often comes a stillness that feels like a void. It's not exactly pain, but it's not happiness either. It's a sacred in-between. You start looking at your life differently. Things that used to excite you suddenly feel empty. People, goals, and even environments lose their spark. But this doesn't mean you're going backwards. It means you're being moved forward in a deeper direction. The discouragement is not a step backward. It's a sign that your soul no longer wants to move through life on autopilot. It's a quiet cry from within saying, I'm done chasing things that don't satisfy. I need purpose, I need truth. This space can feel unsettling, especially when you've been conditioned to find meaning in productivity or applause. You may begin to question everything, your path, your goals, even your sense of identity. But this discomfort is part of the journey. God is preparing new soil in your heart. He is removing what no longer aligns with your true self. And for those who carry a divine calling, the preparation runs deeper. You are not being emptied to be left hollow. You are being cleared out to be filled with something far greater. Before awakening, you may have been driven by ambition, deadlines, and the pressure to prove yourself. You sought success, validation, and recognition, and there's nothing wrong with that. But when God begins to awaken your soul, something shifts. What used to drive you no longer works. It's like using the wrong kind of fuel in a new engine. You may feel like you're breaking down, but in truth, your spirit is shifting from being powered by pressure to being guided by purpose. Your motivation is no longer rooted in fear or approval. It's being restructured to flow from within, from God's direction, not external demand. You begin to see yourself more clearly. You realize that many of your goals were driven by inner wounds, by a need to be seen, to be enough to catch up, and now, you don't want that anymore. But this clarity doesn't feel peaceful at first. It can feel like you're lost or numb. Yet this is not the end. It's a sacred clearing. God is removing the noise of the world so you can hear His voice more clearly. It's easy to mistake this space for depression, and emotional care is always important. But for many chosen ones, this experience is more spiritual than psychological. Your soul is asking for space to breathe, to reorganize, to remember why it came here in the first place. God is saying, you're not late. You're not lazy, I'm just rerouting you. You're not falling apart, you're being remade. And in this gap between who you were and who you're becoming, there will be silence, there will be stillness, but there will also be grace. Don't rush this phase. Don't try to perform your way out of it. Don't fake joy, just be present. Trust that even in this wilderness, you are being led. Remember, the desert is not the end, it's part of the path to the promised land. Those who are chosen must walk through a kind of emptying, because only empty vessels can be filled with the fullness of God. You're not being punished, you're being positioned. What feels like loss is actually realignment. You're not moving by pressure anymore, you're moving by presence. So take a deep breath.